I'm Geoff Baker of the Seattle Times. Welcome to Around the Blogosphere, our daily rapid-fire look at all the goings-ons and happenings in blogland regarding the Seattle Mariners. And we'll start this new week off with Soto Mojo, where author Harrison Crow takes a look at the suggestion that the Mariners might start Jack Wilson at second base. Now, Harrison Crow's not exactly thrilled with that idea, says he'd rather give the job to Adam Kennedy if you have to make that call. We talked about this last night on Geoff Baker Live as well, and Harrison Crow and I also agree that a big factor in this could be the Mariners deciding to make a trade at mid-season, which would involve Jack Wilson, and that's something to keep in mind when you talk about this kind of thing. But we both agree on the fact that Adam Kennedy might be a better second baseman than Jack Wilson at this stage. Frankly, I think the Mariners are going to start Brendan Ryan at second base, and that this is all much ado about nothing. That's just my take on it, and Harrison Crow seems to be going along with that, but have a read anyway and see what he has to say. Over at Pro Ball Northwest, we got Taylor Halperin taking a look at Josh Lukey, and he says Mariners fans should be very excited about Lukey because he's actually pretty underrated with all the off-field troubles that he's had, and that's drawing most of the attention. But he says as far as being a Major League closer goes, he does two things that all Major League closers have to do well. Number one, he misses bats, and number two, he doesn't walk anybody. So have a little read of that and see what you think. Moving on down, we have Lookout Landing, where Matthew has a little discussion with some of the fans there, and he asks them where their favorite spring training venue would be if they had the call. Matthew says he's getting a little tired of Phoenix, and he says he's not thrilled about Florida as a spring training destination either. I have to agree with him on both counts. I'm not thrilled with this Phoenix area either, but I gotta say I can't stand Florida even more. Matthew asked where the venues should be. Should it be Las Vegas? Should it be New Mexico? I mean, part of the problem with any place that you go is you need guaranteed weather. You need weather that's going to stay warm for a long time, and that doesn't tend to be near major metropolises, which are known for their nightlife. I like two things about Phoenix, and I think this is probably the best solution that we could have for spring training. Number one, Phoenix offers guaranteed weather, pretty good weather, other than the last couple of days here in Phoenix. And other than that, you've also got all the locations, all the spring training ballparks are within driving distance of one another, and you can do it in less than an hour, whereas it's a lot tougher to do that in places like Florida. Yeah, it would be nice to have Las Vegas and have better nightlife here, and Las Vegas kind of nightlife, but I gotta say, I don't think we'd get any work done if that was the case. So this is probably the best compromise for now. But we'll see what they have to say on Lookout Landing. Go have a look and see how the readers respond. Finally, over at Prospect Insider, you have Joe Kaiser asking himself, describes himself as a lifelong Mariners fan, and says, he can't understand why he's struggling to get excited about the coming baseball season. And, it's not for the reason that you folks would think. It's not because of the historically bad offense that the Mariners put out there. It's not because of all the question marks in the rotation after Felix Hernandez. What Joe Kaiser is saying is that Seattle has pretty much stopped being a baseball town. And ouch, that hurts. My take on it, and I've said this before, I think the Mariners have to get this thing turned around really quickly or they're in trouble, or they're going to be at risk of losing a generation of fans. And so we'll have to see. But go take a look at Joe Kaiser and see how he came to his conclusions. And I hope you enjoy it. I think it was a decent read. Anyway, I'm off to the ballpark. This is Geoff Baker of the Seattle Times, just reminding you all, you want to get Mariner information, stay tuned right here to the blog.